Today is the day we've all been waiting for. It is time for the rainbow cushion. I'll just grab it. Rainbow cushion. This is what we're making. I've put the link up on my page. It's a bit dark, isn't it? Let me just go and adjust that light. Hold on. I've put the link up on my page, so hopefully you'll have downloaded that and you'll be all ready to go. Right, hopefully that's going to make it a bit brighter. Let's have a look. Felt like I was standing in darkness there for a moment. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's better, isn't it? Right, so rainbow cushion. Rainbow cushion. I'm going to make mine out of batiks today. So the link is on the page. So if you go to abeygale.com and click on the rainbow that's on the front page, it will just open the PDF automatically and you can just then save it to your computer. Good morning, Hazel. Yay, you caught me live. Well done. Yeah, there's no sign up or anything like that. There's no bugs or anything on the PDF. It's just a PDF. So just download it to your computer so that you've got it permanently, and you can print off as many copies as you like. Obviously you're going to cut them up because they're your pattern pieces, or you can trace them onto tracing paper, up to you. But that's where you need to go, abeygale.com. On the front page, click the little rainbow and it will automatically bring up the PDF. So you don't even need to do any checkouts or anything like that. Right, first things first. Have I got it here? No. So for this cushion, morning Karen, thank you. Yes, very colourful because we're doing rainbow. I've used toy stuffing for this. I've got some on my website. I've only got 10, but each bag is enough to fill this cushion as per the instructions. So if you do want some toy stuffing, you'll actually get it tomorrow if you order it today, because I'm doing a post office run today, because I did get quite a lot of orders over the weekend. So I'm going to do a post office run today. So if you want some of that, it's on the website. So let's just get cracking. I'll just pop the rainbow cushion up here. That's going to fall, isn't it? It's going to fall. Right, so there's loads of you watching, but I can't really see any comments. And I'm still working with my leopard print machine, so I'm not overly sure what's going to happen. But we'll just, yeah, we're all friends here. Sylv, got the PDF, fantastic. So I'll leave that on there for the foreseeable future, so you've got time to download it. Each pattern piece, the seam allowance is already included, so the lines you're just going to cut along the lines, okay? And that's what you can do. With these pieces, all of them, apart from the yellow and the purple, will fit on 2.5-inch strips, okay? So just the yellow and the purple won't. Now I'm going to use 2.5-inch strips. So for the purple, I'm actually going to stitch some together so it sort of looks a bit like a fan. And then we'll see how that goes. But with these, with this one, was Lizzie? I don't know what that means. With this one, I just used plain fabric, so it didn't really matter. And each one with the wording, that's going to be face up. So we're going to poke you down and we'll get on with what you're here for. Facebook at the moment is particularly dreadful. It's not showing hardly any comments, so I'm really sorry, but I am trying to go back through and read any questions or any comments that you might have after. Right, so I'm just going to, for the cushion, you'll need 12 of each. Okay, 12 of each piece, but I'm just going to do one section for you today so that you can see how it goes together. So I tend to use a basting spray. You can pin your pieces on. For the green, if you If you're using a 2.5-inch strip, I'm not saying you have to, but if you are, line up the longest edge and then it will fit on, okay? So I'm just going to use my basting spray. I'm going to get this all over me now. Of course, you can pin these pieces on. That's that piece. And then I'm just going to get all these in place. So there's lovely red. I would have cut these out beforehand, but I did want to show you which way up they go. I'm going to pin this one on because otherwise I'm going to get really sticky. Red. So 12 of each, remember. What now? Blue. For the blue, I didn't have any bright blue batik. So I was going to use this sort of aqua blue. So, and I do think that this cushion would look really nice with pattern fabric. So if you've got like a lovely blue that's got flowers on or something like that, I think that would look really nice. So orange. Let's see if I can see any comments. You could trace the pieces on freezer paper. Yeah, you can trace the pieces on freezer paper. Purple. Now, so for the purple, I'm not going to cut that out yet because I'm going to show you how I'm going to stitch that together. And my yellow, oh, that's not my orange. I've got this darker orange for the orange, which it's just scrummy. So I'm going to do that. So that's my orange. So it just goes to show you can do all sorts of different shades and patterns and whatnot. The one that I made up originally is obviously very traditional. And my yellow, I don't think, yeah, I did say, didn't I, that it doesn't quite fit. So I'm going to stitch some yellow strips together and I'm going to stitch some purple strips together. So what I'm going to do for the purple is I'm just going to roughly measure, and then if I move all of this out of the way, like so, I'm going to cut this into smaller strips and then I'm going to stitch them together. So hopefully it will give quite a nice effect. So I think I'm going to cut them, I'll do 1-inch strips. What's freezer paper? So you can use it for, it's like tracing paper. It's like tracing paper. So I'm going to stitch these two together. Again, I'm using not my normal machine, so I wish I could have got that sorted, but I haven't had time. So my tension's all over the pot. Let's try that. Shorten my stitch length a bit as well. So yeah, and you can do different shades of purple perhaps for this bit. If you wanted to do a fan also, different shades would look amazing. So I'm just stitching these. Obviously, if you're going to go for one big bit in the same shade, you don't need to do this. But I think I'm going to really like how this is going to turn out, actually. Did anyone enjoy the sunshine yesterday? Whether from a balcony, your garden? It was beautiful. Gracious me. You can have one of my machines, Abby. Oh, thanks, Mum. I would never dream of taking one of your machines off you. I'll do you a temporary trade for the mat I've just bought you. You get the mat and I'll have a week's worth of sewing machine trade. What do you reckon? You could be like my sewing machine library. Oh, Karen, you're outside painting the fence. Amazing. I must admit, David did think about painting the fence, but that's as far as he got. Thinking about it, decided he wasn't going to. And joy of joys, we have an Asda delivery coming today, so I'm thrilled about that. I'm just taking this over to my pattern piece to see if I've got enough fabric. One more strip will do. That's 2 strips. Sort of trying to turn them up and round so I haven't got a consistent pattern. Honestly, I hate working with things that aren't a normal thing, you know. I know you'll all know what I'm on about. Right, stitch. I'm also on to a bit of a winner today because my eldest is after a renewal of his PlayStation Online something or other. I don't know. So I'm getting him to do jobs today. That's bad, isn't it? But he's got to earn his money. Right, so I'm just going to press this out. So I'm just going to press all my seams going in one direction. And then I'll trim it and get rid of all these threads. Yes, I think I'm going to like how this is going to turn out, actually. So that's my purple piece. I'll pin that on. You could, of course, have them going, you know, in a fan shape. I'm just going for a straight up and down. Time constraints. And then my yellow, I'm going to do similar. I'll probably do thicker strips, though. I'll probably... What shall I do for my yellow? Decisions, decisions, decisions. I mean, it's only just shy. So I reckon I'm just gonna, I'll just use it. It's just shy either side. But because this is gonna be one of our flying geese, we'll be able to rectify it. Right, so I'm gonna cut each of these pieces. What we're saying, yeah, we're just talking about that, brilliant. Right, so I'm gonna cut my pieces out. You can, of course, draw around them if you want to. Again, the seam allowance is included. And you need 12 of each. Yeah, remember 12 of each. Just making sure this yellow one, I know it's a bit on the shy side, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Oh, I've really hashed that up, I'll be honest. Orange. So you're going to get a little bit of waste with these triangles, but I thought it better to make them larger and we can trim back rather than we do an exact size and then for whatever reason different size seam allowances or anything like that, we can, you know, we can trim them back. So green, blue. So of course you could have these, it won't matter for the purple, the blue or the red, but for the yellow, or the yellow actually, but for the orange and green, you could have them, if you placed your pieces upside down, you would have your flying geese going the other way. So for instance, with this one, it's going to be opposite way to the one I've already done. I'm pointing to it, you can't see me pointing. Lynn, she's using a lovely pressing mat to press all my fabric. Oh joy, whoever knew it would be so satisfying. I know, it's pretty special, isn't it? It is pretty special. Right, so taking off my pins. Get rid of my pieces. Oh, I'm pretty happy with that. It's pretty nice, isn't it? So green, but once you've taken your paper off, just make sure you keep, especially if you've got batik and you don't know which side's which, just keep them facing upright, or even make a mark on the reverse so you know that's the reverse. So trying to keep all my pattern pieces together. Red, orange. I'll just do a little mark on the reverse of the orange, and it won't matter for that. Yellow's a complete hash. I almost want to, if I had any other yellow batik, I'd use it, but I don't. So that's frustrating. We'll just have to work with what we've got. Right, so we've got all our pieces. Yeah, we've all got our pieces, brilliant. So what we can do first of all is we can join the blue and the purple together, okay? So when you place them together, they'll go opposite ways. So the purple goes in and the blue goes out. But what you do is you just simply line up your corner. Sorry about my grubby fingers, I've now got spray all over them. Line up your corner and stitch and just manipulate the blue around as you stitch and join up, and it'll join that curve up. So when you flip it, it'll be a really nice curve, okay? So I'm just going to stitch those two together first. Nice bit of easy stitching. So I'm going 1/4 inch seam allowance. It's up to you what you do, and obviously you can upscale and downscale this, but as long as you're consistent throughout the whole project with the same seam allowance. So I've actually pulled my purple apart. Try and keep that together as best I can. So you'll have this, okay? So that's your purple and your blue. So whichever colour choices you've gone for. So now we're going to put the flying geese together. So I'll bring this in. This is a bit... I'm going to use a different piece of yellow so I can really show you. It won't be batik, but it will be yellow. So I can show you exactly what I'm on about, because that's no good for Man the Beast. So let's just do that. I'll cut out another yellow. This is a spotty. This will do. Right. So let's just cut this out. Okay, right. So your green piece goes on the, right, let's see so you can see this. This is your widest edge. Your green piece is going to go on your widest edge, okay? Because that's going to be the one that butts up here. So what you need to do, where's my ruler? I'll just place this ruler here so it's easier for me to tell you. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be placing there's two long edges, okay? The shortest long edge, let me just double check that. No, hold on. You know when you do things and you think to yourself, what exactly is it that I'm doing? Hold on. One moment, please, callers. Hold on. Yes. Got it. Okay, so the longest edge is going to be the edge that goes through your piece. So what you want to do is go from the very top corner of the biggest curve, bring it in, and you want to measure it. Let me just turn it so I can just double check. You want to measure 1.5 inches in, and that's where the other end's going to lay. So it's going to lay across your piece like this. So I'll just recap, because I know I was wittering a bit there, just trying to work it out for myself. You've got two long edges. The shortest of the two long edges, you're going to place it right sides together. It's going to go against the point here, and you're going to have a tail. That tail is going to be about 1.25 inches. That wasn't 1.25 inches. Yeah, just over 1.25 inches off. And then you're going to bring it down, and you're going to have that 1.25 inches. just under 1.5 inches, and that's where you're going to place it. And then you're going to stitch all the way along here 1/4 inch. So when you turn, that's going to sit nicely over your yellow. Okay, so we'll just do that now. You can pin it. I probably will pin it in case it wiggles. So just stitch that down. And remember, I said we will have some excess here, and that's so that we can trim everything to size, and it's going to sit beautifully. So 1/4 inch again. I don't like this needle cutter either. Just moaning, aren't I, today? So we're going to now press this back. Okay. So like this on the front, but on the back, you're going to see you've got loads of overhang. Just leave that for now, okay? So place it back down so you've got that green. The fat edge is on your right. It will look left on the screen. And then your orange. What you're going to do is take the longest edge of the orange, take it through the top point, and you want to overlap onto that green. So diagonally across onto the green. If you want that measurement along the bottom, you're going, it's 2 3/4 inches to the flat edge, okay, from there to there. What you can always do is hold it down, flip it back, and just double check that that all sits right. But it's the longest edge, and you want it overlapping that green. So I'll pin that down again, like so, and then I'll stitch that. So I'm going to go directly from the corner of the orange. So I'm completely off the yellow, but I've got 2 layers. I've got the green and the orange. Take out my pin, which I'm dropping, and stitching all the way along. Okay. Now I'm going to press this piece back, like so. So you've got a bit of a jumble, it looks a bit of a mess, but if you flip it over, the yellow is your exact size piece, okay? So you're going to trim everything to the yellow shape. So if you just have it this way round, you could use your rotary cutter if you're handy with it, or you can just use your scissors and just trim everything to shape. So you've got some wiggle room there with the pieces slightly larger. Get rid of those bits. And then you've got your flying geese. Yeah? So now we attach the green to the blue and then the red to the orange. So let's do that. So right sides together. Again, you're going 2 different curves. So just join up the first point and then you can manipulate it round. Okay? Like so. Okay, and then we're going to attach the red on exactly the same way. And you're going to do this 12 times. Oh, that's not lined up. Keep twisting that round. Bring this in. Try and tidy up. Okay. And then you're just going to press each piece. I'm going to get rid of those threads. Excuse me, sniffy snoz. So it's a bit neater for you to see. Give it a good press. So you're going to end up with 12 of these. Okay, now once you've done all 12, I haven't got 12 to show you because I haven't had time to make 12 up. I'll just move it up so you can actually... Oh, your handheld. You've come off the tripod. Hold on. I'll just see if I can attach that back on. Doesn't look like I can. Hold on. No, right, your handheld for a minute. Sorry about that. So you've got 12 of these. Well, I'm going to have to try again because I don't like it. Once you've got all 12, you're going to stitch them together, right sides together. Oh, hold on, I might have done it. Oh, yeah, done it. Right, you've got 12 of these, okay? You're going to stitch them right sides together, one after the other after the other. Yeah, you get it? So then you've got 12, like that, and it will automatically form the curve because of how your pieces are formed. It will automatically do a curve even though you've got a straight edge. Lovely to join together, and it will curve like this. So then what you'll have is you'll have the front of this. Let me see if I can bring this in. Well, it is the same way around. So you have the front of this, okay? That's essentially what you've got in different colours. And it will automatically curve, as I said. What you're going to do is you're going to give it a really good press, okay? If you haven't lined up perfectly, you can trim everything so it gives you a perfect line. It should all join up, but if it doesn't, we're only human, just trim it all. That's fine. Then you're going to place it right side down onto your backing fabric, whatever fabric you want. I've gone for just a black, whatever fabric. And then simply draw around the shape, cut it out, right sides together, stitch all the way along your curve, stitch your bottom pieces. You can leave a gap in one of those bottom pieces. I can't remember. Oh, yeah. I left a gap in one of the bottom pieces. I just top stitched it afterwards and then stuffed it. Now what I will say is I want to box these corners. I don't like the points of the corners. So what I would do is simply, when it's together, wrong side round still, you haven't turned it, just fold those corners in on themselves, stitch, and you'll have a nice boxed corner. So it will sit a bit better than this one. So if I tuck it, you'll see it will end up like that, rather than a point. I think that works better. Yeah, turn it right side round, stuff it, and then just simply sew up the seam. And you've got your rainbow cushion. Really, 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 really easy. Thank you, Janet. So we've stitched up that one, as you saw, that sits over there. You're just going to repeat that. Any problems with the flying geese, just rewind the video, pause it, double check. Trim that thread off, and I know that you'll be absolutely fine. And if you do make the cushion, please let me see. I'm just got to have a sip of drink. Can be dry today. I would really like to see any cushions you make, and if they go in any windows or anything like that, I'd also like to see. Yes, that's a really simple one, really quick make. But yeah, it does come out pretty effective, doesn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed. I know that's really quick, and I'm sorry about that. I've got a load of orders to bag up and send out today. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a couple of hours. Any questions, I'll come back. Anyone I've missed that's asked a question, I'll come back on the stream. Can't think of anything else. But that's it. Tomorrow we are starting the lap quilt. We are going to be making a beautiful lap quilt, 6-inch blocks. Okay, so we're halving the size of the blocks, but we're ramping it up a gear. There'll be some applique, there'll be some all sorts of things. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow, 11 o'clock, same time. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.